guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Muphidaht and I would like it if you click down below to subscribe to my channel. A lot of you are new here. Thank you so much for joining the family we have growing here. Road to 200k. Let's get to 200k, guys. Thank you so much for all the support on my recent and older videos. I'm really grateful. The last video I shot was a basics for beginners. I really enjoyed creating that video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the basic everyday type of makeup for beginners. It's gonna be for like the very basic girl. This is gonna be natural makeup look that you can wear every day. Feel free to pick and choose what you would like to insert in your routine. So if you're not a foundation girl, you can go for like a skin tint or like tinted moisturizer, whatever works for you. If you want to see how this video goes down, carry on watching and let's get right into it.
In your mouth, you speak good to me. I'm built like you.
Most people are brows first type of people. I definitely do not mind doing my brows before my base or after my base. What I like to do is to use my Got To Be gel to put my brow hairs in place. If your brows are microbladed or not, this is like a very good step. I feel like it just put the stray hairs on your brows away. It just puts them somewhere that they stay, and it's easier for you to see the actual shape of your brow, to be able to like sculpt and draw and fill in or whatever you want to do to your brows. So I feel like this step is really cool if your brows are microbladed or not. Why am I out of breath today? Wow. Anyway, I'm gonna just go in with my brow spoolie. This one, I don't know why. This one. So I just put a little bit of the brow gel, the edge control, on the spoolie, and I just run it through my brow hairs. As you can see, let me zoom you guys in. Okay, the brow hairs are like seated just where I want them to. So if your brows are not like microbladed, or you just have thick brows or thin brows, I feel like it just works for a lot of people. It just puts the brow in place. Do not use a lot of the edge control, just use a little bit of it so you don't have a lot of product on your brow. So the next thing you want is to pick out a concealer that is 2 to 3 shades lighter than your skin tone. You can use your foundation, you can use a concealer that is your skin tone, whatever works for you. I feel like the basic thing to make your brow look good, especially underneath the brow, you should use a concealer that is 2 to 3 shades, lighter than your foundation shade. And you can use the same concealer to, do everything else on your face. I personally like the Kevyn because it's thick. You don't have to go out and get the Kevyn. You can use whatever concealer you have, provided it's 2 or 3 shades lighter than your foundation shade. I get a lot of people asking me, why do you use a different concealer for your brows and a different concealer for your face? Personally, I like the Kevyn for under my brow and not anywhere else on my face, because I feel like it's really drying and it's really thick. So I like it under my brow. I hope this makes sense, and I hope that this clarifies any confusion that you guys might have. So I'm gonna use this brush. Any brush that you have that looks like this can serve as a great brush to clean up your brow, so you don't have to go out and get this one. This one was like an affordable brush that I got. It doesn't even have a name. It's not like a branded brush. So yeah, I'm going to use that to just clean up under my brow. You just want to do like short soft strokes so that you're not like messing up or anything. And the good thing about this routine is that you can go back and clean up, because all the brow hairs are like in place, so it's easier to clean up if you mess up. So after you do this step, you just want to go ahead and just blend out the concealer under the brow. You can use your fingers or a brush, whichever works for you. I prefer to use a brush just because I don't want to get my hands messy. Definitely you can use your finger to just blend it out and keep it moving. Now that the brow is clean, the edge control or the brow gel should be dried down as well. This is when you want to go in with your brow pencil and just filling the sparse area. So I'm just going to do that. Filled in the sparse areas. I like my brows quite full, so if you don't want your brows to be full, you can just fill in as much as you want. And the next step I'm going to take is to use foundation. If you have a concealer that's exactly your skin tone, you can use that, but the foundation I'm going to be using for the day is what I'm going to be using to clean up the top part of my brows so that they don't look out of place. I hope that that makes sense. So I'm going to be using my Nars Soft Matte Foundation. I'm just going to put a little bit on my brush. You don't want to go in with a lot of product, and you want to just spread it out at the back of your hand. I don't like doing this step. I really hate it because it just messes up my hand. But yeah, you can just clean up. You need just a little bit of product on the brush so that it doesn't slip off, because foundation tends to be more liquidy than concealer. So you just need just a little bit just to clean up the brow. Again, you just want to do soft strokes, very soft strokes, so you just end up having like a clean brow. So you realize that this one is much more cleaner than this one. So you just want to go in with just a little bit of product. You spread it at the back of your hand so that it's thinly applied. Like I said, foundation is quite slippery, so you just want to be careful. So yeah, this should cover the brow and you're good to go. We can just move on to the next step. Primer. I like this one from Milk Hydro Grip. If you're not a primer girl, make sure to moisturize your skin and apply sunscreen. Do your skincare before you go on and apply your makeup. It's really important that you do your skincare. So I'm gonna just apply this Milk Hydro Grip all over my skin and I'm going to blend it in. This gives a really good grip, so your makeup like latches onto your skin, which is great. We're gonna go ahead and apply foundation. Like I said, you can use foundation, you can use a skin tint, you can just use tinted moisturizer or concealer, whatever works for you, honestly. So I'm gonna just use my Nars Soft Matte Foundation. I like to mix these two shades because it just matches my skin tone better. This is in the shade Muri and Macau, just in case you need a reference. I'm sure there's something that matches. Ooh, this is so messy. Something that matches my skin tone exactly, but currently I'm just mixing these two on my skin. So that's pretty much how much I'm putting on my skin. I'm just gonna spread it out just like so, and then I'm gonna buff it in with my brush, Real Techniques buffering brush, just to spread it out evenly. I'm gonna go all over my face with a damp sponge just to do some blending. You can blend out your foundation or your skin tints with a sponge. I mean, whatever works for you. I like to use both brushes and sponges just because I feel like they give me the best results. They pick up any excesses and they just do the blending so seamlessly. If you're someone who suffers from hyperpigmentation, definitely use foundation, a full coverage foundation, so that your skin is looking flawless. But if you don't mind your hyperpigmentation peeking through when you apply your makeup, you can just use a skin tint or something lightweight, whatever works for you. So the next thing I'm gonna do is to use a concealer that is 2 to 3 shades lighter than me, or a concealer that is a shade lighter. I'm gonna use my Huda Beauty concealer. It's in the shade Peanut Butter. This is very close to my skin tone. What I like to do is to just cover up any, you know, the dark circles I have, the 5 o'clock shadow that I have. Not much of highlighting. I hope that that makes sense. So I'm just going to place the concealer here. As you can see, it's not very far off from my skin tone, and this concealer is very, you know, lightweight. Also gonna put it on the bridge of my nose, you know, just the center of my forehead. And I'm gonna use a sponge to blend it out, just cause I feel like a brush gives me like a fuller coverage, and I want to go for more of like a natural soft beat. So I'm just gonna use a sponge to blend it into my skin so it can blend and then suck off the excess product. I'm also just gonna go over my eyelids just to cover up any discolorations. So you guys can tell it doesn't give so much of a highlight, but it just kind of covers up the darkness and it gives me like a uniform type of look. So that's what we are going for. Like I said, you don't need so many different types of concealers to do this look. You can just use the same concealer, clean up your brow to do this step, like whatever works for you. Like I'm honestly just doing the most because I have the product sitting there and I'm gonna use them. As you can see, there's not a lot of difference. I'm just gonna go back in with my foundation brush to blend out any harsh lines. And what I'm gonna do is to go in with a setting powder. This one is from Huda Beauty. I'm gonna use that to set the concealer in place. Of course, I'm gonna use my puff. So I'm just going to use my sponge to blend out any harsh lines, and then I'm gonna go ahead and push the, you know, the powder into my skin. This is Huda Beauty in the shade Blondie. I'm just gonna push that under my eye, under my brow, you know, everywhere that I applied the concealer to. If you have oily skin, please be sure to set your face before like your face melts off. So I'm gonna use a pressed powder that is my skin tone. This one is from LA Pro. It's in the shade Classic Tan. I'm just gonna use that to set the rest of my face. I'm using a big powder brush from New Techniques, and I'm just literally going to set my foundation in place, because you guys remember I applied foundation, right? This is just gonna give me a layer of security, like an extra layer of security. If like you don't have a loose powder, by all means use your pressed powder to set your concealer. I've literally just set my face. Everything is nice and set. What I'm gonna do is to go in with an extra step. I'm gonna be applying my bronzer from Fenty. This is the coconutty bronzer. I'm gonna be applying that just to give me a little bit of a sculpt, some dimension on my face. So I'm just going to use my brush from Morphe. This is the Morphe E4 brush. It's kind of slanted like this, so it just gives me a little bit of precision, some warmth back onto my face. I'm gonna go on my hairline, the temples, just like so, and then I'm gonna go onto my jawline, just like so. It's gonna look like something like this. Very light and simple. I'm also gonna go in with my Morphe E62 brush, which looks like this. It looks like a smaller version of the brush that I just used. I'm just gonna go ahead and contour my nose just a little bit. I'm gonna start off from under my brow. I'm gonna bring it down the sides of the bridge of my nose, just like so. And I'm gonna go in with, you know, a little bit of the bronzer onto my eyelids, just to give me some, you know, shadows on my eyelids so my eyelids don't look so flat. Just something like this, just like this. Looks quite simple. So I have a darker shade, the shade Mocha Mami from the Fenty bronzer. If you have a dark brown eyeshadow, you can just use that with the same brush. I'm gonna just, you know, dip this. This is an extra step, by the way. If you want a little bit of depth on your eyelids, I'm just going to stamp that onto my eyelid, just like so, and just roughly blend it out. It's just gonna give me like a simple smoky eye effect. I don't know if you guys can tell, but just like so. I'm also gonna do same to this side. You just roughly apply it onto the eyelid and just, you know, just kind of blend it out. You don't want to go too far up onto this area. Just keep it in the crease and on the lid, and you just want to, you know, bring it out like so. So I'm going to show you guys a trick that I like to do, because I don't have a lot of eyelashes, and it's not every day that I wear falsies or have eyelash extensions. So for my girls who want to keep it simple but, you know, a little bit less bold, this is a dark brown pencil. Literally any dark brown pencil you have. This is like a basic dark brown pencil. I'm gonna use that to tightline my eyes. Don't use black. If you use black, it's gonna look too harsh and you're gonna like make it so obvious that you have like eyeliner. Let me show you something. This is a brown pencil, right? I'm gonna just put it here and I'm gonna go back and forth with it in between my eyelids. I'm not pressing too hard, literally just something very soft, and it just gives you a little bit of depth. I don't know if you guys can tell. Look at this and then look at this. If you use black, it's gonna be so obvious. You want to avoid using black. You want to just place it in between your eyelids and do not press too hard. Please do not press too hard. Literally just back and forth like so, and you're gonna have a slightly smoky lower lash line. I also have a brown eyeliner. Don't use black. If you have black, you can use black. I feel like brown just keeps it in place. This is my Juvia's Place eyebrow pen. Because it's dark brown, I feel like it works so well. What you want to do is to just create a very thin line, very close to your lash line. Just like this. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference. You can also use your dark brown pencil to do that. So yeah, I might just go over with a dark brown pencil to show you guys. So it just gives your eyelid a type of look like you have more eyelashes than you're letting on. If you're using your brown pencil, you don't have to be like smooth with it. You can just be rough. You just have to place it properly, very close to your lash line, just like this, just like this. So this is literally the face right now. What I'm gonna do is to add a little bit of blush. If you're not a blush girl, just skip this step altogether. You do not have to apply blush. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. blush brush and my Milani big blush in the shade Red Vino. I don't know if this one still exists, honestly, but there are other blushes on the market, whatever works for you. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of blush onto the apples of my cheeks. I just feel like the blush just puts the entire look together, in my opinion. So your makeup should look something like this, very simple. I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury airbrushed setting spray. Looks pretty good. The next step is to apply your mascara. Please, for the love of God, apply your mascara after you've set your face, because I feel like when you apply a mascara before you set your face, you know how you close your eyes when you're setting your face so the setting spray doesn't get into your eye. When you close your eye, the mascara is kind of wet, so it kind of imprints on your lower lash line and you end up looking like a raccoon, and we don't want that. I'm using my Huda Beauty mascara. You can go in with a million coats of mascara. I personally go in with a lot of mascara because I don't have a lot of eyelashes, and I feel like if I don't use a lot of mascara, it just looks weird on me. This mascara works well. Maybelline has amazing mascaras. I mean, look at that. If you're not applying any eyelashes, you can definitely pick up any of the steps or the tricks that I showed you guys today. I'm gonna be lining my lips. I'm using a dark brown lip liner. Fun fact, you can use the same liner for your eyes, for your eyebrows, for your lips to tight line, whatever works for you. You don't have to go out and get separate pencils. I'm the one who is doing the most, honestly. This pencil can line your lips. It can do your eyebrows. It can tight line your eyes. Literally, you can do that. You don't have to go out and get a separate pencil. So yeah, this is my Juvia's Place pencil, literally the same shade as my dark brown pencil that I use to tight line. So I'm gonna use that to line my lips. Now that I have my lips lined, this is my favorite natural lip combo, if I can find it. The NYX Soft Matte Lipstick and the NYX Butter Gloss. This is my favorite. These are my favorites. So this is the shade London. This is the matte one. And this is the shade Madeline. This is the Butter Gloss. So on days that I'm feeling like I want to do a matte lip, I go in with the Soft Matte Lip Cream. On the days that I want to do a glossy lip, I go in with the Butter Gloss. On the days that I want to do combo, I just use the two. So I'm gonna do a combo today. I'm gonna show you guys. So I apply the London at the center. God, it smells so good. And I'm gonna go in with the Madeline. And it just looks really pretty. I really love this combo. Now the last step, which is completely unnecessary, is highlighter. I'm gonna show you guys how I like to do my highlighter every day. I don't like to put highlighter on this part of my face because I'm oily and it gets oily and it gets glossy and glowy, whatever, right? I'm gonna use my gold deposit from MAC. I just apply that here. I do like an exclamation. So here, and then write a point over here. That's about it. I apply a bit on my brow bone area, you know, just a little bit, and I apply some onto my inner corners, like right here. And that's typically all I do for my face. So pick and choose what works for you. If you are not a foundation girl, definitely do your skin tints. You can also skip the entire foundation step and just do your concealer, apply your powder, your bronzer, whatever works for you. Just take out, pick and choose which of the techniques work for you. But this is like just the basic everyday makeup look. I should probably show you guys what it looks like in natural light, because I got a comment from someone saying it's probably cakey. My makeup is not cakey. Okay, it's not cakey. I take my time to blend out my makeup because
cakey makeup is definitely an ache for me.
This is the look. Everything that I used, I would list down below for you guys. You don't have to go out and get extra products. Use what you have, use what works for you. But this is quite basic. You can literally do this face and go out for brunch, party, clubbing, work, whatever works for you. And you can switch out the lip color to something bolder, or definitely just a lip gloss or lip balm to suit you, whatever works for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do not forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and let me know what you think down below in the comment section. I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Take care, guys. Bye.